So when you're looking for a job, it can really, what I like to do is break things down right to the nitty gritty and simplify things. So it can be divided into two areas really. So it's deciding what you want to do, making that decision, getting rid of everything that you want until you've got what you want to focus on in the middle. So we'll be looking at that. And then where do you look? Where do you go? Where do you go to find what it is you're looking for? So there is no magic formula. There's many different routes that people get to where they want to get. The starting point is to know yourself. And I don't think we always do know ourselves. We don't always know what we want. In choosing a career, you've got family, you've got commitments and things like that. You know, you need to think about other people. You're all sitting in front of a computer. So I want you to type in the buzz test. This is very, very simplified. It's just 4 questions, really. But the first one, where do you gain your energy from? Just want you to get you to think about what sort of person you are. Because until you know that, you don't know which job you'll be happy in. You can go out and get any old job. But what we're looking for at the moment is one that really suits you, really matches up with your skills. The National Career Service website, which is the government website. So you go onto Google and put in "find me a career," you get all sorts. You get absolutely all sorts. But the National Career Service is a government website, and that's where you'll get the latest up-to-date information. Go on there and first of all start with the aptitude test. I would strongly urge you to have a go at that one. It's much longer than this. It's quite more detailed. And sometimes it can get a bit tiresome. But the more you put into it, the more it is able to compare your personality traits to the traits that are needed in a job. Look at your strengths. Look at what you're good at. Now, sometimes we need to talk to somebody else to find this out. It might be somebody that knows you well, who can point out things that you didn't realise yourself. So I know you're going to be working with an advisor, each of you. You're going to be linked up to somebody. So take the feedback that they give you. Do not take it as criticism. Don't take things, personally. The feedback that you get, and feedback is really important when you're looking for a job. There'll be plenty of jobs that you don't get. I've applied for jobs that I haven't got, and the greatest thing that you can do afterwards is get some feedback. Contact them and say, well, could you tell me why I didn't get the job? And you might be sitting there thinking, well, I didn't get it because I answered this question wrong. But you might get feedback that you didn't have a certain qualification or you didn't have this experience, and it points you in the right direction. Employers are looking for flexibility. They need that, especially in this, with things as they have been. You might need to cover work that you haven't done before. You might need to go somewhere you haven't been before. So a flexible attitude is really good. It's really key to highlight your flexibility in your CV and in your applications and at job interviews. I mean, if you're not flexible, it's also good to highlight what your boundaries are, what you can and what you can't do. I need to feel loved. And I think you do need to think about the things in your career. Things like that are very important. So I worked for several years with someone who was a careers advisor. she was a very, very good careers advisor. And the trouble is, when you're a careers advisor, you come across a lot of careers and you think, oh, I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. So she'd always harbored this desire to join the police force and become a police officer. So she gave up being careers advisor. She joined the police force, she did training, and I met her about 6 months after that, and she'd left. But she just couldn't stand the attitude of people going from being a careers advisor, where generally people will talk to you, and where she felt loved, you know, cared for, and it was a job where she got lots of good feedback from people, to being a police officer where you're faced with the public who quite often, in situations that she found herself in, absolutely hated the person, the uniform of the person, and she just couldn't hack it. So you really do need to think about things like that in a career.